Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we have an exciting topic to dive into.
All right, let's talk about one of the most powerful tools in trading, support and resistance. Seriously, if you can get this right, you'll have a map to navigate what looks like pure chaos in the market. So let's dive in and really nail down the rules you need to know. I mean, does this just look like a total mess to you? A bunch of random lines going up and down? It's so easy to get overwhelmed and feel like you're just guessing. But what if I told you there's a way to clean all this up, to see the actual structure hidden underneath all that noise?
Well, that's exactly what support and resistance are for. Just think of them as the floors and ceilings of the market. Support is that floor where prices seem to stop falling, where buyers tend to jump in. And resistance, that's the ceiling, where sellers take over and stop the price from going higher. It's that simple. They are your compass.
Okay, so to actually use this compass, we have to start with the right foundation. And it all comes down to perspective. Seeing the big map before you start trying to figure out the next turn. So rule number 1, you have got to zoom out. It is so tempting to get sucked into a 5-minute chart, but what's the story on the daily chart, or even the weekly? You see, a support level that's held for 6 months is like a fortress. Compare that to some minor level on a short-term chart, it's just not the same. Every time frame has its own floors and ceilings, and the bigger the time frame, the stronger they are. Now listen up, because this right here is probably the most important thing we're going to cover. If you get this, it will completely change how you see your charts. Support and resistance are not, I repeat, not single price points. They're zones. They are areas. Think of the market as a battleground, right? There are big clusters of buy and sell orders creating these broad areas of conflict. It's not some precise laser line. And here's exactly why that matters so much. If you draw a hard line, the price can just poke through it for a second and trick you into thinking the level is broken. That's a classic fake out. But when you think in zones, you're giving the price room to breathe. You're accounting for all that natural market noise and volatility, and that makes your analysis way more flexible and, honestly, a heck of a lot more reliable. Okay, so we've got our foundation set, we're looking at the big picture, and we're thinking in zones. But listen, the best chart analysis in the world means absolutely nothing if you don't have the right mindset. And that's where the real work begins. This is a game changer. Your job isn't to predict the future. It's to react to what the market is doing right now. So you see the price coming down to a key support zone, you don't just blindly jump in. No way. You wait. You watch. You let the market prove to you that the floor is holding before you ever risk a single penny. So you've been patient, you've been watching, now comes that critical moment. How do you actually know when a floor has given way or a ceiling has just been smashed through? For this, you need a clear, non-negotiable rule. No gray areas. Look at this. On the left, see that long, thin line that pokes through the zone? That's called a wick. Think of it as just a test. The market tried to break through, but it got rejected. That is not a break. But on the right, see how the whole body of the candle has closed firmly outside the zone? That is your confirmation. That is the signal. It's the only one you should ever act on. And when you get that signal, that candle close, your response has to be automatic. There's no room for hope. There's no second guessing. A candle closes below your support zone. That's it. Your stop loss is hit. You exit the trade. Immediately. This has nothing to do with being right or wrong. It's all about discipline and managing your risk. All right, we've covered the foundation, the mindset, and the action plan. So let's wrap this all up into a simple checklist you can literally use every single time you open a chart. Here is your pre-flight check. First, always start with a big picture. Zoom out. Second, draw your zones, not sharp lines. Give the market room. Third, be patient. Let the market come to you. Fourth, remember your signal. A breach is a candle close, not just a little poke. And finally, if that level breaks for real, you get out. No hesitation. It's a system based on execution, not emotion. So, when you boil it all down, what does it come to? Success out here isn't about predicting the future. It's about having a solid plan and, more importantly, having the discipline to stick to that plan every single time. These rules give you the plan, so the only question left is, are you prepared to follow it?
இந்த வீடியோ உங்களுக்கு பிடிச்சிருந்ததுன்னா லைக் பண்ணுங்க, ஷேர் பண்ணுங்க, சப்ஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணுங்க. Thank you for watching.